beat to a song, what really made you feel that song, but then you thought, wait, who's the mastermind behind this? I'm here with someone who knows a little bit about that. Five-time Grammy Award-winning recording and mixing engineer, James Bonzai Caruso. Where you're from and how you got into the industry.
I was born in New Jersey, and after high school I went to the Institute of Audio Research in Manhattan. This was in the early 80s. And yeah, that's where it all started, and got a job in the studio as a result of the Academy, the Institute of Audio Research.
Okay, so question real quick. Do you think it's important for someone in this industry to get their education, or is experience more important?
They're both important. I learned a lot at the university, but being thrown in the studio and kind of forced to learn hands-on was really a great way to learn. It was a great experience. I'm not knocking the university approach, because there are great programs out there and great schools. But there's nothing beats just being thrown in, hands-on, and doing it day in and day out, and, living it.
So for those people who don't know, what exactly does a recording and mixing engineer do?
Oh, geez, lots of different hats we wear. From the recording process, depending on the project, every project is different. If you're recording a live band, it's microphone usage, microphone techniques, and you're recording the band, so you want to make sure the drums sound good, the bass, everything sounds good together. So you can go from the recording process to then overdubbing process, where you're layering harmonies and vocal arrangements and percussion overdubs, lead guitar solo overdubs, whatever it calls for. And then editing, hours of editing, making sure everything's coming together and is taking on the shape that the artist and the producer want it to be. And then the mixing process, which is taking all that work, all those parts, all those instruments, the recordings, and putting them together in one cohesive song that makes sense and sounds good.
Can you play any instruments?
Yes, I started playing guitar as a kid. I play a little drums, a little piano, just enough to write. I write music as well, so I'm not really a performer, but more just ideas. And I suggest that for anyone interested in getting a career, having a career in recording and mixing. It's a good tool it's a good skill to have, whether it's drums, piano, bass, just an instrument. It's good to know.
So, y'all, just for those of you who can't see what's going on, this place is laid. I could actually sit in here forever. So, Bonzai, what is your schedule like? How long does it take to work on a song?
Every project is different. It really depends on the production of the song, how big of a production it is. If it's just a basic tune where people come in, they lay down their tracks, they're well rehearsed, and it's pretty straight up and simple, bass, drums, guitar, vocals. You could do a song in a day and no problem. Lots of times, though, there's months involved. There's a lot of time recording, editing, coming up with parts. It really depends how many people are involved. The scope of the production really the music tells you when it's done. You know what I mean? Because you could work on it forever. So.
Yeah, and then some people are perfectionists where it's never perfect. They just keep working and working.
Right.
Are you like that?
Yeah, sometimes I can be.
Yeah, I believe that. Who are some people from past and present that you've worked with that we know?
Oh, I've been so blessed with lots of great talent. Working with just really cutting edge people. Like when I first met Timberland, he was up and coming back in the day, and I just noticed this guy stood out. His beats, his vibe, and he was just getting discovered and making his first records with Mary J. and Missy Elliott. He stood out. Notorious B.I.G. in terms of
forget him?
Throwing down, rhymes. He was like no other. Before that, I was working a lot with Melly Mel, and he was very, he was extremely talented. That, and then, I've been blessed to have worked with some really talented producers and writers and artists. And the Marleys, of course, Stephen Marley and Damian Marley, hard workers, dedicated, and doing quality stuff. So.
Have you ever had like that celebrity shock where someone's like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm in the same room with them"? Have you ever had that with someone?
Yeah, I did. You know what? It's funny because early on, in the early days, I did have like working with Madonna for the first time.
Oh my goodness.
And things like that. Yeah, you get a little. But as the years go by, it's not as much anymore. But still, there's always that little bit of, excitement or butterflies or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'm sure. What are some of your personal favorite albums?
Myself personally, I'm a big fan of Trevor Horn, who's a producer who does all Seals records. I love Seals records; they're great. But he was a big inspiration to me. Personal favorites like Peter Gabriel is one of my favorites. I love Peter Gabriel. Just Yes, just good music.
Tell us actually what's under these floors in this really cool building.
Yeah, when we built this place, when they poured the cement for the floors, we all got together and planted a little good juju on in the floor, and we put our favorite CDs buried in the cement under the floor. So I put "Welcome to Jamrock." It's right underneath our feet here.
Oh no, that's crazy. How has technology changed this whole music industry?
Oh, it certainly has. It really has. The advent of digital audio in the 90s really changed significantly the way we make records, because before that, in the analog days, we were somewhat limited to 24 tracks of audio analog. So you can only fill up X amount of space. Advent of digital audio allowed us to just have endless numbers of tracks, lots of options in terms of editing, flipping things backwards, multiple takes, and cutting and pasting multiple takes to create the final version. The tools that digital audio, the advent of that technology has really changed the production of music big time.
What are some projects that you are working on right now?
Some really great stuff. I just finished the Protégés record is out, Ancient Future it's called. He's from Jamaica. An artist named Nneka from Nigeria. Her album is called My Fairy Tales.
I've heard her stuff. It's awesome.
It's really good. Her record is great. That's out now. That's available. Kimani Marley's album. I did a couple mixes on that album. It's also a great record. What else? Right now I'm working with Ziggy Marley's son, Daniel. Working on some tracks with him. Keeping very busy.
You've been in this whole industry for, at least 30 years. So what's your secret to longevity?
Keep bringing out the best elements that you can, getting the best vocal performances from singers, making the best beats you can, and just the best sounds, and keeping up with what's going on, and creating trends, and creating a sound, creating new sounds. It really keeps me going.
You heard it here first, y'all. So if you need any advice, then what's something that you would tell somebody who wants to get into this business?
Oh, just dive in and be dedicated, because it's time consuming and it's all good. Learning an instrument is very important. It's good to know music. Something about playing an instrument is always a good skill to bring to the table. Just studying the craft, learning about how to use equalizers and compressors and microphone techniques, using microphones. Just dive in and absorb and learn as much as you can, and just get your hands in there and do it, make it.
Yeah, is there any last thing you want to tell everybody out there?
No, just a big shout out to Straight Lace TV.
All right.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you for watching another episode brought to you by Straight Lace TV. We hope you take something away from our progression.
And I say we just moving on. Yeah, man. We just moving